This is Phoenix, and if Dan Sweet is still doing comic reviews, I'm not coming back.
I want my Sweet Dan reviews.
Hey kids, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome to my video outhouse. Today it's review time, and I'm joined by
Sweet Dan Sweet,
who's dressed up like Nanook of the North. Not sure why, but he's doing a theme show today.
That's right.
And your theme show is
The Wacky World of Warren Ellis.
Oh man, if there's ever anyone wackier.
That's why I got my helmet on.
Be sure to stop off the store's website, www.myalternatereality.com, to read all of Dan's reviews, like
Hi.
his review of, which is up on the website this second, Astonishing X-Men number 31.
Yeah.
I know you like this because I posted your review and I read it.
Yeah, you know what? I do like this. Astonishing X-Men was a phenomenal series when it was Whedon and Cassidy. Warren Ellis took over with Bianchi, and I kind of think it hit a stumble at that point. With the addition of Phil Jimenez on Art Chores, I believe the book is starting to return to a certain level of greatness that has been somewhat missed in the last few issues. Warren Ellis, really in my eyes, can't do a lot wrong. I like a lot of his work, even his throwaway toilet stuff that he writes for Avatar. I love all of it. Another comic book man.
Stuff he wrote in the outhouse.
Yeah.
Ellis is right now working in the video outhouse on this stuff.
The door is locked.
What you get is a pretty long sequence with Agent Abigail Brand of SWORD, Sentient World Observation and Report Division. I can't believe I remembered that.
Which is Marvel's new comic that's coming as part of the X universe very soon.
Well, and Spider-Woman, Agent of SWORD, is
Agent of
now
SWORD.
out. Well, you know what? That was the original title. They didn't add the little thing on the bottom
That's
of it.
probably a good idea.
They're trying to force this. They're going to make it work. They're going to make this sword
You're going
thing
to
work.
enjoy Sword one way or the other just as much as you enjoyed S.H.I.E.L.D. all these years.
Oh, yeah.
As you proved time and again by not buying a book with the word S.H.I.E.L.D. on it.
Constantly.
So anyway, this one.
It's great. You get a little bit of character development because Beast obviously had a relationship with this woman at some point in time, as weird as that sounds.
Had a
Really?
blue fuzzy baby?
Oh, man. No,
Really?
no blue fuzzy babies yet.
Really?
Yeah, that's like season 8 when they add the kid or adopt an alien. Here's the deal.
Is it sex with animals against the law?
Wait a minute.
Not when you're off-world.
Not when you're off world. You walk on two legs.
It's cold in space, too. You gotta
Oh,
snuggle
man.
up with something blue and furry and warm. I really liked it. They swung right back into the swing of things. It kind of felt like the last arc didn't really happen, which isn't saying much. I mean, a lot of this astonishing stuff exists outside the realm of remaining continuity. I found one minor discrepancy, and that's after the events of Utopia X, Emma Frost was left in diamond form, containing a portion of the void from freeing itself and wreaking havoc upon the Earth. This pays no mind to that. And I don't know if that's
What did she do?
at the end of Utopia.
I don't, my brain hurts. I don't care.
The X-Men
I don't
and the
care.
Dark
You
Avengers.
asked.
You did ask. Anyway, she stuck
Blood!
diamond form
Blood!
from his ears, his eyes, his nose.
What? Ah!
That's what happens when you try to talk about the Century. You know?
No kidding. No, that's what happens when you talk about X-Men.
Seriously, I still think this is the X book everybody should be reading. If you're not reading X-Force, read this. I'm not big on Fraction's X-Men. Fraction actually got his start on the Warren Ellis message boards and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like, that's how he got his first job at Marvel. I think Warren Ellis writes the X-Men with a lot more mind for science, adventure, and wonder, and not so much whimsy and silliness.
Okay.
The end, oh my god. Bioorganic sentinels, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Giant bioorganic sentinels.
So this is good.
Loved it.
Okay. Moving on is your other Warren Ellis book for today, the very last appearance ever, at least for this week, of The Planetary. It's all over, kids. They wrapped it up. This is the last issue. How was it? Is it worth the wait?
It's like you have an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time, but when you finally do catch up,
When he comes back and asks you for a buck.
you just get right back into swing of things. You know what I mean?
Hey man, can I borrow $3.99?
My big experiment with this book was, does it stand on its own without going back and reading 26 issues, 5+ years of Planetary?
I believe the last issue of Planetary came out like 1.5 to 2 years ago.
I don't even remember. I bought it the first day because
Right.
I love this series. But I mean, and you know what? I got to be honest. It did. I was able to pick this up and read it and enjoy it all on its own, the way you have with every issue of Planetary.
Okay.
It's the penultimate issue. No, it's the ultimate issue. It's the final issue.
It's a Marvel book?
No, it's the final issue of Planetary. Ultimately, it's been this long, winding road, and he's built these stories, and this is the logical conclusion for it. He leaves it open-ended in the sense that if in 20 years from now he wants to revisit it, or another author wants to come back and do something with it,
Yeah.
you know, other than all the characters die on page 12, it's open.
They do?
Every single one of them.
Well, don't bother buying it. They're all dead on page 12.
All dead on page 12, and the last 15
They're all
pages
back on page 13. Though.
is like Warren Ellis and John Cassidy having a conversation about dogs. That's it. No, seriously.
Yeah, they look at you and they say, "Aren't you glad you bought the book?"
It's like, gotcha. You know what I mean? Seriously, I think everybody who loves comics, and not just like if you're a Marvel guy or a DC guy or an Image guy, Planetary is the comic for people that are just fans of genre fiction. You know what I mean? Every issue is a different take on a different subgenre of sci-fi, fantasy, whatever it is. They have a little bit of that in there for you, and the characters are phenomenal.
Yeah.
The writing is all pseudoscience, but I don't know enough about it to dispute it, so I'm okay with
All
that.
comic book science needs to do is sound like it works. That's
Exactly.
all it needs to do. If it sounds like it works, it's fine.
It's good fun.
See
Don't.
Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the thing is like I get online and I hear people nitpicking about time travel and like they're experts on this. This isn't how time travel would work. You're a blowhard.
There are rules
It's a
to time
comic
travel.
book.
There are rules
Stick to
because we
them.
know because we do it all the time.
Exactly. But seriously, it's a fun book. It's been a fun ride. I'm really, really disappointed to see it go, even though I didn't see it that often to begin with. I tracked down all the trades. Then I went online and bought all the issues in one big run because I couldn't find them anywhere. I mean, this has been a big adventure for me, just like it has been for Elijah Snow and the rest of the characters of the series. Little name drop there for you.
Thanks.
I really, really liked it. I think everybody should read it, and ultimately, I mean, it's a sad day.
Oh, it's a sad day. Well, that's
But it
it
goes
then.
out with a bang.
Pick this up and
Pick that up too.
pick this up too. They're both really good.
Yummy.
And that's Warren Ellis.
That's Warren Ellis.
Stop off at the store's website, www.myalternatereality.com. Read all of his reviews. Until next time, this is Comic Book Man
And this is Dan.
saying,
Arrivederci.
bye!
No, there.